we have a case that we filed in the Supreme Court against the Vice President. We asked her, please tell us how you spent the 125 million, because under the Constitution, there must be full public disclosure when you spend public funds. And her reply was, there's an EO signed by my father that there's people have a right to information on all matters except confidential funds. So we are now in the Supreme Court where we're asking the Supreme Court to declare unconstitutional the EO because the Constitution says the people have a right to information, full disclosure on matters of public interest, and there can only be an exception if there is a law passed by Congress providing for reasonable limitations. Congress has not passed a law.
For the reasonable limitations.
Yes. So then the general rule will apply that you have to disclose fully how you spent your budget.
Can't Marcos sign a new EO requiring?
No, because the Constitution says unless a law. That means Congress must pass a law. An EO will not suffice because that's not a law. And that's our point. An EO cannot substitute for a law because the Constitution says there must be a law. And I think that's a very strong argument. I think we will win there. So what Congress should do is to enact a law now rather than investigate whether the piatos or these people are real or not, because there is no exception, reasonable exception provided by law. So the general rule applies. There is full public disclosure of how you spent your money. Because the Constitution says, okay, there can be reasonable limitations, but there must be a law providing for those reasonable limitations. So I think Congress is a little bit off here because they're assuming that there is a law, but there is no law. In fact, they can demand full public disclosure. And so this, and of course, it's the Vice President saying, no, I'm not going to explain. And that runs afoul really with the Constitution. But of course, that case is still pending in the Supreme Court.
Why aren't they enough constitutionally minded lawyers, sir, in the Congress to look at this potential angle that actually mahina yung excuse ni Sara dahil yung EO na to ay hindi backed up by specific legislation on legitimate limitations on confidentiality?
Well, I don't know why they have not brought that up, but I think they also want to know, they're probably interested to know if there's really a person named Mary Grace Piatos.
Well, I mean, the PSA has helped us, but just as you were giving them a chance, right? Kasi sabi mo sa Davao may Piatos na double T. Ay, wait lang.
But
single T, sorry, single T.
With a single T.
Single T, yeah, exactly, single T. Medyo mahabang usapan yung Piatos na yan. But ngayon, meron din yung Sally and ano ba, Grace ba yan or something? Hindi, Sally and something like that na parehas yung signature. Meron din yung isang tao maraming signature na iba. So I don't know. I mean, it's becoming crazy and ridiculous. What is the COA report talaga on Sara Duterte's fiscal practices? From what you understand,
it was disallowed, officially disallowed. That means if it's disallowed, you have to pay back.
Yeah. So now speaking of this justice, what do you think should the Congress do if malabo itong impeachment na ito? Tuloy-tuloy lang itong mga Quadcom hearings na ito until election time? Is that the way forward?
Well, Congress can proceed with their law, providing for reasonable limitations. But I want to bring up something, Richard.
Yes, Justice.
Because there's a difference between intelligence fund and confidential fund. Now, in the case of P.A. Amari, the Supreme Court, and I wrote the decision, funds spent for intelligence funds are protected by the doctrine of privileged communication because that involves national security or military secrets. But this is for the military only, and for our diplomats, they have a form of privileged communication. If they spend money to get information involving military secrets, uh, that cannot be revealed. I
Oh, kasi
mean,
ma-reveal yung procedures nila, assets
yeah,
nila,
yeah, assets
booking
nila.
nila. Yeah.
But this is only on intelligence matters or diplomatic matters. Iba yung what the VP is saying. She has some safe houses, etc. But she has no military function. She has no intelligence function. So difficult for her to justify that, no? And
What about
so
yung
that's why they
sinasabi na,
call it confidential fund. But there is no law. That's the problem. So what I'm saying is, the 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 president's intelligence fund is protected here because we have that decision already. We have carved out an exception for intelligence fund used for military secrets. You cannot inquire into that, the expenditure of those funds. But it's only the president who can do that because he's the commander in chief. The vice president has no military command. So it's only the commander in chief who can authorize the expenditure of funds to gain military secrets, intelligence funds for military secrets. So it cannot be invoked by the vice president unless there is a law, and there's no law on
unless the excuse
confidential
is,
funds.
again, but the excuse that was that as DepEd Secretary, because may NPA infiltration daw ng education sectors, kailangan na protektahan yung mga bata. So in a way, naging auxiliary defense department ang DepEd ayon sa kanila. Di ba? Yun yung argument nila, di ba, Justice?
Yeah, but it turns out that they really had no intelligence operations. I mean, even they tried to link up with the AFP, but the AFP said, no, we did not get money from you. We spent it ourselves. So it's difficult really for them to 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 justify because based on their uh, statutory function and constitutional function as DepEd, they don't conduct intelligence operations.
Hindi nila mandato yan.
Yes, it's not their mandate.
Yun nga eh. I mean, dami nilang palusot and all of them are so flimsy. But of course, the reality here is that umaasa pa rin sila dahil sa kanilang political capital at saka takot ng ibang senators for this not to move forward. Now, last week when we were discussing Justice Carpio, a certain religious group was signaling that they could get involved here in behalf of Sara, but it looks like pati yun nag-taper off din. Parang lahat yata nagsisignal lang and nothing. Medyo kulang tayo sa follow-through culture, no? Everyone is just posturing, right?
Yeah, well, for any religious group to intervene in a legislative function of involving legislative inquiry, I think it's already interference. There's separation of church and state, and they cannot say that Congress should not conduct a hearing.
Can we
So I
expound on
think
that, Justice? Yeah, can we expound on the doctrine of separation of church and state? Kasi I hear a lot of interpretations on that in the sense that, I mean, it's like historically, for instance, the Catholic Church has been influential, right, in shaping our political, landscape. Importantly, in the case of EDSA II, for instance, right, among other things. What does really the separation of church and state preclude? Because obviously it means they cannot be a state religion. The state cannot, prioritize or privilege one religion over the others. So it's about the pluralistic fabric of a democratic society. But obviously our separation of church and state is not like France, right? When it's more like parang freedom from religion, right? Like in France, they're very strict to make sure there's no expression whatsoever of religious sensibilities within public space, etc. Ours is more American system. But can you explain, ano ibig sabihin ng separation of church and state aside from the fact na hindi nagbabayad ng buwis yung mga religious groups, some of the privileges they're enjoying under that?
Well, the basic is that the state cannot officially support a religion. You cannot establish a state religion, and you cannot spend money for a state religion, and you cannot give benefits to a state religion. Of course, we have a problem there because there are two religions that have acquired acquired licenses, TV licenses, radio licenses.
Yun, yeah.
But nobody has questioned it so far, no? So, but
Actually, yeah.
yeah, that could be a problem because they're using the airwaves to propagate their faith, no, their religion. But there's many gray areas. But basically, one religion, one group cannot say Congress should stop its legislative inquiry. I think that's clear.
Interference.
I mean, it has nothing to do with religion. Stopping Congress from doing that has nothing to do with religion.
According to the Robin Hood School of Constitutional Law, Justice Carpio, yung pag-arrest kay Kibuloy back in the day was a form of violation of separation of church and state. I think even the great Cynthia Villar was making arguments along those lines. Anong base niyo on the Kibuloy case? Like, for instance,
well, the charge against him is a violation, a crime, a violation of the revised penal code. So there's nobody who is exempt. I mean, a priest cannot be exempt, a cardinal cannot be exempt for violating the revised penal code. So I don't think that that will pass.
Now, Justice, this is totally unrelated to the topic and all, but speaking of lawyers, ano bang latest ulit? Ito na naman every week, nasaan si... Because, according to Congressman Percy, hindi siya magtataka kung Morocco na. Sabi niya, I'm sure it will be a great place. Si Senator Trillanes kahapon sabi niya, baka Dubai. Hindi na Abu Dhabi, pero Dubai. So, kasi wala na siya nag-live ngayon eh. So, iba siguro yung time zone niya. Hindi na kami magkakatapatan. Justice, meron ba kayong balita kay ex-human rights lawyer kung ano na?
No, I really don't have info on that, on his whereabouts.
Dapat gawa tayo ng TikTok series. Nasaan si... Parang yung where is Doris? Parang mga ganun. Parang, where is Doris?
Where in the world is...
Where in the world is... like, gawa tayo ng ganyan series, Justice. Tapos tawag ako every series. Justice, balita ko may ganyan, di ba? Saan po yung mga extradition, di ba? I have already a TikTok idea, Justice. Let's make something soon. Nasaan si Doris? Kasi Justice, the reason I'm asking it because tuwan-tuwa si Panelo ngayon. Panelo is having a great moment. I mean, he's shining. He's in the Congress. He's in the Senate, and he's giving weird interviews. Hindi pa illegal for him to come out and say essentially na magkuku yung mga nasa military? I remember there was one interview he had with, I think, Billionario or something na parang sabi niya na maraming discontent dyan sa military, ganyan-ganyan. Isn't that incitement to sedition, Justice? I mean, or is that just normal expression of Duterte freedom of expression? I mean, what's going on there?
Well, inciting to sedition has a very strict meaning. By uttering words, you're immediately inciting people to commit lawless violence. Wala namang nakikinig sa kanya. Yun ang problema. He cannot be inciting to sedition because nobody takes him seriously. That's the problem there. And that's in fact, that's a defense.
Actually, Senator Trillanes, who comes from a military background and he has his way of thinking. Senator Trillanes was even more unvarnished in his legal analysis. I mean, well, he's a clown, so he can never be taken seriously. So ipso facto, he's disqualified from inciting to sedition. But I'm just saying, kasi ano klaseng bansa na someone just goes, then gusto magkudeta mga yan. Like, it's this, di ba? Kasi back in the day, they were accusing all of us of being destabilizers. Sasabihin lang natin, bakit ang tamad ni Digong, destabilizer na tayo. Bakit si Digong nasa Davao na naman, destabilizer. Eh ngayon, he's open, you know. So what you're saying, Justice, is if no one takes you seriously, you can say whatever you want. Is
Because
that
nobody is incited. I mean, your words, your utterances must cause immediate action on the part of the one who hearing you.
oh my,
They
ang
will
laking
commit
problema
lawless
pala.
violence.
So kaya
Wala
pala
namang,
yung mga tao
nobody is persuaded.
so pala ganun yung mga tao ni Digong. So strategic pala yan kasi walang siseryoso sa kanila. Si Aguirre, nasaan na si Aguirre? Si just
Well, he's quiet now.
is I'm just saying, oh ano, no one ang sakit naman ng Justice, no one takes him seriously. Parang what about if si Harry Roque nagsabi ng Justice? You think he'll be taken more seriously para ma-hurt si Panelo? Sabihin mo na lang na mas serious si Harry.
Well, but if nobody is incited to commit a lawless violence, wala rin. I mean, that will be their defense. Nobody really reacted.
Yun lang. So tama rin pala eh. Meron parang leeway ito si Panelo. Ang laki pala ng room for maneuver niya along those lines sa Justice. Basta yun na guys, Finding Doris. Ano, meron tayong series every week. Tinatanong ko. Now, Justice, let's transition a little bit to less depressing things. But still depressing. Kamusta ang West Philippine Sea in terms of itong bagong baselines legislation na pinasa ng China? Anong kinalaman nito sa atin? Ito ba ay nagpakita ng China ay nagre-recalibrate? Ito ba ay nagpapakita ng China ay more agresibo? Ano pong basa niyo dito?
Well, it's a very clever move by China because China is saying that we have drawn straight baselines around Scarborough Shoal. Now, you can draw straight baselines if you have territorial sovereignty. Ngayon, if we engage China, you cannot draw straight baselines because under UNCLOS only normal baselines can be drawn. Then we impliedly accept that they have territorial sovereignty. So what we should attack is you don't have territorial sovereignty.
To put
You
even
cannot draw
baselines.
any kind of baseline, straight, crooked, or normal, or archipelagic. You cannot do that. So yun dapat ang attack natin. Kasi the moment we accept their premise that they can draw straight baselines, although the baselines are not correct, it should be normal, not straight, patay na tayo, we admit. So
You
what we
play
should do
into
is,
their narrative already.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. We should be very careful because what we are attacking really is that they cannot draw straight baselines, only normal baselines. But the point is they cannot draw anything there because they don't have territorial sovereignty. So this is the chance for us in our reply when we submit our response to the UN in our note verbal to explain why we have territorial sovereignty. Maiipit sila because they have opened up the issue of territorial sovereignty. So we will say we have territorial sovereignty because that was in the map of the Philippines since 1734, 1808, 1875, that it's part of, and the U.S. said it's part of the cession in the Treaty of Washington of 1900. So we will put all our arguments already, historical, legal, everything. Mapipilitin sila to reply. So we can engage them because they don't want to submit this to arbitration. This is the nearest thing that we can do to bring them to a legal discussion on why they're claiming territorial sovereignty. So our response should be that you cannot draw any baselines, whether straight, normal, or anything, because you don't have territorial sovereignty. We have territorial sovereignty because of this. We've claimed that since 1734, etc., etc., and we'll wait for the reply. They'll be forced to explain why they're claiming territorial sovereignty.
So essentially what you're saying is that yung baselines na ginawa nila was to trap us into their narrative so that we argue on their terms.
Yes.
We can do is we question the very foundation of
Yes.
their narrative, which is, wait, what claim are you talking about? because they always say we have inherent and indisputable claim,
yeah.
and now we question that inherent and
Yes,
indisputability by coming counter argument. That's a very nice way of putting it. Do you think
yes,
are
because
people are communicating along those lines so far? Yung mga responses from our government agencies.
not exactly along those lines. So I'm trying to explain that we just have to attack the very basis
Oh,
of
yung
their
premise. Oh.
premise nila, because this is a clever way for them.
They are very subtle. In fairness, I'll give that to China, unlike the Russians, right? The Russians are not subtle at all, right? But at least the Chinese are very subtle. So accordingly, this could be a response. Parang, oh, gusto mo makipagdebate ng territory? Let's go. Actually, kami may ebidensya. Kayo nga wala eh. Puro kayong inherent and indisputable.
Correct.
Kasi mambo
Exactly.
jumbo. Exactly. So we can now push them into our game and say, oh, thank you for
Yes.
opening the space. We can actually come from here. So that's
Yes.
very clever counter punch, no? Justice. What about in terms of precedents? Do you see this as a beginning of similar mumbo jumbos around other disputed features? Sabina Shoal, for instance. I don't
Yes.
have ideas to China, but I'm just thinking ahead,
Yeah.
2 steps ahead here.
Well,